Okay guys, welcome to my next elite level guide. In this video today we're looking at the elite level 67 around Munar. Okay, this is still one of the tracks that I'm still not 100% up to speed on, but it's a pretty easy time to beat, so I'm going to show you how to do it pretty easy. Okay, so we're going to start the run now, and we're going to head into the first bend here. We're going to get into 4th gear, and we're just going to lift off. We're not going to brake, we're just going to lift off and attack the bend and try and just carry as much speed as we can in 4th gear, just clipping the dirt on the right. You want to lift off just before the railing changes on the left there. You see there, we just lift and then hard on the power in 4th gear, carrying the power through these bends here. Don't lift, just skim the dirt slightly on that left-hander, carrying flat out speed through all these corners now. You don't lift at all. Just be careful of this left-hander up here, that you don't run a little bit wide and scrub off too much speed on the right hand side here now. The dirt just creeps out a bit there, you just avoid that. Okay, so we're going to come into the braking point now, and we're going to brake just on that left post on the left there, and we're going to keep the car to the left, and we're going to get it down to 3rd gear, and I'm going to show you as we come into the corner where we want to be turning in. We're going to turn in just on the post there on the left now, and then we're going to turn in tight and try and skim the dirt again. It will give us a little bite into the bend. You see as we carry on the video now, we're going to turn in tight, just try and skim that dirt, and then hard on the power in 3rd gear, carrying as much speed as we can up now through to this left-hander. Okay, so we're going to brake on that tree on the right now there, and we're going to down gear into 3rd gear, and we're going to take a late apex as possible. We still want to try and hit the dirt on the left to try and bite us in a bit. I actually missed the apex a bit and just about managed to save it by just keeping the power down. That'll stop us running wide then, and then we're going flat out through all these bends. There's no lifting at all. This is just a flat out section. Okay, so we're going to get the car into 6th gear before these tricky bends up here now. We don't want to be down gearing it into 5th gear through these bends because it'll unstabilise the rear. So as you see there, we're going to get into 6th gear. We're going to aim to clip the dirt on the left now, and just try and keep the car as smooth and as settled as possible through these bends. You can pretty much take it flat out, you see there, and then we're going to skim the dirt on the right now, just clipping it and trying to keep the car away from the wall on the left, but that's why we're going to stay in 6th gear. We're not going to go down into 5th, just keep it in 6th gear, keep it settled, smooth, and again now we're going to straight line through these next few bends, flat out in 6th again. So as you see now, as we play it through, we're just going to keep the car smooth again through these bends. So there, we're going to go flat into 6th, all the way through, and then we're coming up to this left-hander now. We want to be turning in just on that arrow there, which is just about halfway between them two posts on the road, the right, maybe a bit nearer to the post nearest to us, and we're going to go flat out in 6th and try and tighten to the left as we can on this wall there. Flat all the way through, just avoiding the railings on the right there, and then we're coming into the next braking zone. The yellow sign there on the left is a really late braking point. We're going to brake just before on there's a few little plants on the left, but if you brake on that yellow sign you should be able to make the bend still. We're going to go down into 3rd gear, skimming the dirt on the right, and then getting the car back into the middle of the track for the left hand part now. And we're going to skim the dirt on the left and staying in 3rd gear, and we're going to go flat out all the way through this part. Okay, so we're going to stay in 3rd gear and accelerate hard all the way up now. There's a little bit of a error in the footage because I had to merge some clips together to get the amount of clips I need. You'll see in a minute. But we're going to stay in 5th gear through this left-hander now, clipping the dirt on the left there, and then we're going to come into the right-hander, and there's a little error here because I had to merge some clips together, but it just skips a bit there. But you'll see now we're going to go down into 4th gear and brake just on the white line as we go past the white line of the middle of the track, and we want to stay in right to the right-hand side of the bend. Otherwise you're going to avoid running quite wide here. You keep it in 4th gear and power all the way through that bend, flat out, and then we want to get the car onto that left side there, just skimming the dirt, and we're going to stay flat out. That will stop us running wide to the right. You'll see now we're going to play it. We're going to just skim on the dirt, flat out. Now we want to get the car lined up for this right-hander up here. This bend I actually don't get it lined up properly for. I turn in too early, as you see there. I've kind of had to make a double turn. You really want to be on that white line, really, preferably, and then you can turn in at a better angle through to the corner. Okay, so we're in 5th gear and we're going to skim the dirt on the right there, and then we're going to get into the braking zone for this left-hander over the bridge. We're going to brake on that tree on the right there with the red leaves, and we're going to go down into 4th gear and try and take it tight in on the left there to the bridge, just to keep some speed through the corner, just avoiding the wall on the right there. And then we're going to come into the next braking zone. We're going to brake hard down into 3rd gear on that tree on the left there. Okay, so we're going to come into the turning point now, and we're going to actually try and turn in really early and take some of the dirt off the corner. As you can see, you can take quite a bit of. I don't actually take anywhere near as much as you can. We do that in third gear, and then we're going to go flat out downhill now into the next left-hander. Okay, so we're going downhill now, and we're going to go through the gears until we come to the braking point now there. That dark grey rock on the right there, we're going to brake hard there and go down into third gear and take a late apex and try and carry as much speed through the corner as we can. You can carry a lot more speed than what I actually do, because it actually grips up a lot more than what I expected. You see there, as long as you're getting the car back over to the left hand side now for this right hander, it all should be okay. Okay, so we're at the braking point now, and we're going to brake down that post on the right, and we're going to go down into third gear and take a late apex again, and we're going to then turn in tight and skim the dirt on the right. It'll stop us running wide. See there, we skim the dirt, and then we're going down the hill, accelerating through the gears, up into fourth gear, and then we're going to come into the next point now where we're going to have to turn in. Okay, so we're going to turn in on that post there on the right there. It's a nice little marker for us to start turning in. We're not going to brake yet. We're going to just lift off a bit, and then we're going to brake nearer the actual bend there. We're going to give it a little brake there. And then staying in fourth gear, we're going to power through these bends here now, flat out. And we're going to come into this bend now where we're going to just lift off. We're not going to brake, we're just going to lift off and stay in fifth gear and try and hug the right hand side and take it as tight to the fence as we can. You'll see now we're going to play it. Just going to lift off a little bit. We did dab the brakes just to stop us running a little bit wide. And then we're going to power through these corners flat out. We're just going to try and skim the dirt on each apexy corner here because we're going flat out down the hill. Then we're going to come into this bend here now. This is where I start not really knowing the track too much, but what we're going to do is we're going to stay in fifth gear and try and skim the dirt as much as we can. I don't hit the dirt. You can probably take a lot more of the dirt and take it pretty much flat out, but I'm having to dab the brakes a bit there. Then we go down into fourth gear just to bite it in now, turning in tight, and then we're going flat out all the way through to this last corner. You can probably take this flat out over the dirt on the left, but I missed the apex again because this is where I'm not really fully up to speed with the track, but we do manage to keep it in fifth and take it quite fast. And then we go over the line for a finishing time of 3 minutes 11.130. I think that's well clear of the time you have to beat anyway, so as long as you follow the guide, don't take any risks, just follow it as much as you can. You should have this time beat pretty easily. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with the footage without any pauses now from the in-car view this time. I've done it the reverse way round for a change if you fancy the difference. If you'd like to leave a like and subscribe, I'd be really grateful and we get more of these videos out in the future. Thanks for watching, guys.